17 female country R&B stars who slept with everyone. What if the love stories behind your favorite R&B songs were far more complicated than the lyrics suggest? These icons didn't just sing about heartbreak, betrayal, and passion. They lived it. From secret relationships to public scandals, their personal lives often blurred into their music, creating hits that felt painfully real. But here's the twist. How much of what we believe is truth, and how much is shaped by headlines and speculation? Today, we're diving into the untold sides of these legendary figures. No exaggeration, just facts and perspective. If you're ready to see R&B history through a different lens, hit like, subscribe, and follow Memory Lane Black People for more stories that hit deeper than the music. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's journey through fame is a story where extraordinary talent meets a deeply scrutinized personal life, creating one of the most compelling narratives in modern R&B and pop history. Born in 1969 in Huntington, New York, she rose to prominence in 1990 with her self-titled debut album, which produced 4 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, an unprecedented achievement for a new artist at the time. Over the decades, Carey has accumulated 19 #1 hits in the United States, the most for any solo artist, and sold over 200 million records worldwide. Her voice, spanning 5 octaves and capable of whistle register highs, redefined vocal performance standards. Yet behind this success was a personal life that often unfolded under intense public attention. Her early marriage to music executive Tommy Mottola has been widely documented as both a career-launching partnership and a restrictive environment. Carey later described feeling controlled during that period, a dynamic that shaped her desire for independence both artistically and personally. Following that chapter, her relationships continued to draw media focus. Her brief but highly publicized connection with Derek Jeter marked a turning point in her personal freedom, while her relationship with Latin superstar Luis Miguel reflected a shared experience of global fame. In 2008, she married Nick Cannon, with whom she shares twins, Monroe and Moroccan. Their eventual separation in 2014 was handled publicly yet relatively amicably, reflecting a more mature phase of her personal narrative. Carey's career has also seen moments of vulnerability, including a widely reported emotional and physical breakdown in 2001. In later years, she openly discussed her diagnosis of bipolar II disorder, contributing to broader conversations about mental health in the entertainment industry. Despite the ups and downs, Mariah Carey remains an enduring force. Her holiday classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You, alone generates millions annually and continues to top charts decades after its release. Her story is one of reinvention, resilience, and control, an artist who not only survived the pressures of fame, but reshaped them on her own terms. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's life was a powerful blend of unmatched vocal brilliance and deeply personal struggles, forming one of the most poignant legacies in music history. Born in 1963 in Newark, New Jersey, she emerged from a lineage of musical excellence, guided by her mother Cissy Houston and influenced by icons like Aretha Franklin. Her debut album in 1985 quickly established her as a global sensation, producing multiple chart-topping singles and becoming one of the best-selling debut albums ever. Houston's voice was often described as flawless, capable of soaring power, delicate control, and emotional precision. She achieved 7 consecutive #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, a record that remains unmatched. Her rendition of I Will Always Love You became one of the best-selling singles of all time, solidifying her place as a defining voice of her generation. Yet beyond the stage, Whitney Houston's personal life unfolded in ways that deeply affected her career. Her marriage to Bobby Brown in 1992 became one of the most talked-about relationships in entertainment. While their union initially symbolized a merging of 2 major R&B forces, it later became associated with public conflict and personal challenges. Houston's struggles with substance use were widely reported, particularly during the late 1990s and early 2000s, impacting both her health and her professional output. Despite these challenges, she attempted a return to music with her 2009 album I Look to You, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. The project reflected a more introspective artist, shaped by experience and seeking renewal. Whitney Houston passed away in 2012 at the age of 48, a moment that sent shockwaves across the world. Her death marked not just the loss of a superstar, but of a voice that had set the highest standard in music. Her legacy remains layered, defined by extraordinary achievement, cultural impact, and a human story that continues to resonate. Aaliyah. Aaliyah's story is one of brilliance, quiet strength, and a legacy that continues to grow long after her passing. Born in 1979 in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in Detroit, she entered the music industry at just 14 years old with her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, 1994. The project sold over 3 million copies in the United States, immediately positioning her as a rising force in R&B. Her smooth, understated vocal style, often described as effortless and controlled, stood in contrast to the powerhouse voices of the time, creating a new lane that many artists would later follow. However, her early career was overshadowed by controversy surrounding her association with R. Kelly, including a widely reported illegal marriage that was later annulled. This situation, confirmed through legal documentation, became a defining and difficult chapter in her story, one that has been revisited in recent years as part of broader conversations about the music industry and artist protection. Despite this, Aaliyah successfully rebuilt her image and career. Her collaborations with Timbaland and Missy Elliott on albums like One in a Million, 1996, introduced a futuristic sound that reshaped R&B production. By the time of her self-titled album, Aaliyah, 2001, she had matured into a confident artist, blending music with acting roles in films like Romeo Must Die. Tragically, her life was cut short in a plane crash in 2001 at just 22 years old. Yet her influence remains undeniable. Aaliyah didn't just make music, she changed its direction, leaving behind a legacy defined by innovation, resilience, and timeless cool. Rihanna. Rihanna's rise from a small Caribbean island to global superstardom is one of the most remarkable transformations in modern entertainment. Born Robin Rihanna Fenty in 1988 in Barbados, she broke onto the scene in 2005 and quickly evolved into one of the best-selling artists of all time, with over 250 million records sold worldwide. Her ability to constantly reinvent her sound, from Caribbean-infused pop to darker, experimental R&B, set her apart in an industry driven by trends. Albums like Good Girl Gone Bad and Anti showcased not only her versatility, but also her willingness to take risks. Songs such as Umbrella, Stay, and Work became global hits, each reflecting a different phase of her artistic identity. Rihanna's voice, while not traditionally technical, carries a distinct tone and emotional edge that connects deeply with listeners. Her personal life has also been highly visible, particularly the 2009 incident involving Chris Brown, which was confirmed through legal proceedings and brought widespread attention to issues of domestic violence. In the years that followed, her relationships with figures like Drake and A$AP Rocky continued to attract media interest, though with far less controversy. Beyond music, Rihanna redefined what it means to be an artist in the modern era. Her ventures, including Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty, helped her achieve billionaire status, making her one of the most successful entertainers in business history. Rihanna's story is one of evolution, an artist who turned challenges into power, building an empire while maintaining cultural influence. She is no longer just a singer, but a symbol of independence, reinvention, and global impact. Beyonce. Beyoncé's journey from a Houston-born performer to one of the most influential figures in global music is a masterclass in reinvention, discipline, and control. Born in 1981, she first gained fame as the lead singer of Destiny's Child, one of the best-selling girl groups of all time, before launching a solo career that would redefine modern R&B and pop. With over 200 million records sold as a solo artist, Beyoncé has built a catalog filled with cultural milestones, from Crazy in Love to Formation. What sets Beyoncé apart is not just her vocal ability, but her precision as a performer and strategist. Every album release is carefully curated, often accompanied by visual storytelling that expands the narrative beyond music. Her 2016 project, Lemonade, marked a turning point, not just artistically, but personally. The album explored themes of betrayal, healing, and empowerment, widely interpreted as a response to her husband Jay-Z's infidelity, which he later acknowledged publicly. Rather than avoiding the topic, Beyonce transformed it into art, creating a deeply personal yet universally resonant body of work. Despite her global visibility, Beyonce has maintained a remarkable level of privacy. She controls her narrative tightly, rarely engaging in public disputes or interviews that could dilute her image. Even moments of public tension, such as the widely discussed elevator incident involving her sister Solange and Jay-Z in 2014, were handled with minimal direct commentary, reinforcing her commitment to discretion. Her influence extends far beyond music. Beyonce has become a symbol of empowerment, particularly for Black women, using her platform to highlight culture, history, and identity. From her Coachella performance in 2018 to her philanthropic efforts, she continues to shape conversations both within and outside the entertainment industry. Beyonce's legacy is defined by intention. Every move, every release, and every silence contributes to a larger narrative of control and excellence. She is not just part of R&B history, she is actively shaping its future, proving that power can be expressed not only through voice, but through vision and strategy. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige stands as one of the most emotionally authentic voices in R&B, an artist whose music has always reflected the realities of pain, survival, and self-discovery. Born in 1971 in the Bronx, New York, and raised in Yonkers, she emerged in the early 1990s with a sound that blended hip-hop beats with soulful vocals, earning her the title Queen of Hip-Hop Soul. Her debut album, What's the 411, 1992, introduced a raw, street-informed perspective that resonated deeply with listeners. Throughout her career, Blige has sold over 80 million records worldwide and won 9 Grammy Awards. Albums like My Life, 1994, and No More Drama, 2001, are widely regarded as classics, not just for their musical quality, but for their emotional honesty. She didn't just sing about heartbreak, she lived it, and audiences felt every word. Her personal life, particularly her marriage to Kendu Isaacs, became a central part of her public narrative. Their relationship, which began in the early 2000s, eventually ended in a highly publicized divorce in 2016. Court documents revealed financial disputes and allegations that added a layer of complexity to her story. Rather than retreating, Blige channeled these experiences into her music, most notably in the album Strength of a Woman, 2017, which explored themes of betrayal, resilience, and rebirth. Blige has also been open about her struggles with substance use and emotional challenges earlier in her career. Her willingness to confront these issues publicly has contributed to her reputation as one of the most relatable artists in the industry. Beyond music, she has expanded into acting, earning critical acclaim and award nominations for her roles in film and television. This evolution reflects her ability to grow while staying true to her core identity. Mary J. Blige's legacy is built on truth. She represents the voice of real-life experience, unfiltered, imperfect, and deeply human. Through every high and low, she has remained a symbol of resilience, proving that vulnerability can be a source of strength. Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton's voice is one of the most instantly recognizable in R&B. Deep, velvety, and filled with quiet intensity. Born in 1967 in Severn, Maryland, she emerged in the early 1990s as a defining figure of contemporary soul. Her self-titled debut album, 1993, sold over 10 million copies worldwide, driven by hits like Another Sad Love Song and Breathe Again. But it was Secrets, 1996, featuring the global smash Unbreak My Heart, that elevated her into international superstardom, with the single becoming one of the best-selling of all time. Yet behind the success, Braxton's journey has been marked by financial and personal challenges that reshaped her narrative. Despite selling over 70 million records globally, she filed for bankruptcy twice, in 1998 and again in 2010. These situations highlighted long-standing issues within the music industry, particularly around artist contracts and royalty structures. Rather than hiding from these struggles, Braxton spoke openly about them, bringing attention to realities many artists face behind the scenes. Her personal life also drew public attention, particularly her marriage to musician Carey Lewis, which ended in divorce in 2013. In later years, her relationship with rapper Birdman became widely discussed, characterized by an on-and-off dynamic that played out in the public eye. Still, Braxton has consistently maintained a level of dignity, choosing not to overexpose private matters. Beyond music, she faced serious health challenges, including a lupus diagnosis, which impacted her ability to tour and perform. Despite this, she continued to create, releasing music that reflected maturity and emotional depth. Toni Braxton's legacy is one of resilience. Her voice remains timeless, but it is her ability to endure financial hardship, health battles, and personal change that defines her lasting impact. She is not just a singer of heartbreak, she is a survivor who turned adversity into strength. Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys represents a different kind of R&B star, one grounded in musicality, introspection, and quiet strength. Born in 1981 in New York City, she was a classically trained pianist who entered the industry with a clear artistic vision. Her debut album, Songs in A Minor, 2001, sold over 12 million copies worldwide and earned 5 Grammy Awards in one night, immediately establishing her as a major force. Keys stood out not just for her voice, but for her musicianship. Writing, producing, and performing her own material, she brought a level of authenticity that resonated deeply with audiences. Songs like Fallin', If I Ain't Got You, and No One became defining anthems, blending soul, R&B, and classical influences. However, her personal life has not been without controversy. Her relationship with producer Swizz Beatz began during a period when his previous marriage was reportedly still unresolved, leading to public criticism and media scrutiny. While details were widely discussed at the time, Keys has largely chosen to move forward without engaging in prolonged public conflict, focusing instead on her family and career. Over time, she has reshaped her image around themes of self-acceptance and empowerment. Her decision to appear publicly without makeup sparked global conversation about beauty standards and authenticity, reinforcing her influence beyond music. In addition to her artistic achievements, Alicia Keys has been deeply involved in philanthropy, particularly through her work with HIV/AIDS awareness initiatives and social justice causes. Alicia Keys' story is one of balance between fame and purpose, artistry and integrity. She has navigated controversy with restraint, allowing her music and actions to define her. In an industry often driven by noise, her strength lies in her clarity, proving that impact does not always require volume. Ashanti's rise in the early 2000s marked a defining moment for melodic R&B, where soft vocals met hip-hop-infused production. Born in 1980 in Glen Cove, New York, she entered the spotlight through collaborations with Ja Rule, delivering hooks that became instantly recognizable across radio and charts. Her debut album, Ashanti, 2002, was a massive success, selling over 500,000 copies in its first week and eventually earning triple platinum certification. With hits like Foolish and Happy, she established a signature style, gentle, emotional, and effortlessly catchy. What made Ashanti unique was her ability to balance vulnerability with confidence. Her songwriting often reflected personal experiences, giving her music a relatable, diary-like quality. During her peak, she held a record by occupying the top 2 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 simultaneously, a rare achievement that underscored her dominance at the time. Her personal life, particularly her long-term relationship with rapper Nelly, became a focal point of media attention. The two were together for nearly a decade before separating, with Ashanti later hinting that trust issues played a role. Years later, their reunion surprised fans and reignited interest in her story, showing how time can reshape narratives once thought finished. Despite shifts in the music industry, Ashanti has maintained her independence, transitioning into acting and business ventures while continuing to perform. She represents an era where R&B blended seamlessly with hip-hop, creating a sound that defined a generation. Ashanti's legacy is not just about chart success, it's about consistency and adaptability. She carved out a space that was distinctly hers, proving that subtlety can be just as powerful as intensity in a genre built on emotion. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill stands as one of the most impactful yet unpredictable figures in R&B and hip-hop, an artist whose influence continues to echo despite a relatively small body of work. Born in 1975 in East Orange, New Jersey, she first gained recognition as a member of the Fugees, whose album The Score, 1996, sold over 18 million copies worldwide. Her ability to merge rap, soul, and reggae elements set her apart, establishing her as a multi-dimensional talent. Her solo debut, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, 1998, became a landmark project. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, sold over 10 million copies in the US, and earned 5 Grammy Awards in a single night. The album's themes, love, identity, motherhood, and self-awareness, were delivered with both lyrical sharpness and vocal depth, making it one of the most celebrated records in modern music history. Yet Lauryn Hill's career has been defined as much by absence as by achievement. After the overwhelming success of her debut, she stepped away from the mainstream, citing industry pressures and a desire for personal clarity. This retreat added to her mystique, but also created a sense of unpredictability that continues today. Her live performances have often sparked discussion, particularly due to frequent delays or last-minute changes. While some fans express frustration, others view these moments as part of her uncompromising approach to artistry, an artist who refuses to conform to expectations. Lauryn Hill's story is one of intensity rather than consistency. She represents a rare kind of influence, one that doesn't rely on constant output, but on the lasting power of a single, transformative body of work. Her legacy remains both revered and debated, a reflection of an artist who chose authenticity over convention. Monica's career is a testament to resilience, emotional depth, and longevity in R&B, a genre that rarely grants decades of relevance to its artists. Born in 1980 in Atlanta, Georgia, she entered the music scene as a teenager with a voice that carried a maturity far beyond her years. Her debut album, Miss Thang, 1995, produced hits like Don't Take It Personal, Just One of Dem Days, immediately establishing her as a major presence in 90s R&B. But it was The Boy Is Mine, 1998, her duet with Brandy, that became a defining cultural moment, spending 13 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Monica's strength has always been her ability to channel real-life emotion into her music. Her voice, rich, grounded, and deeply expressive, gave her songs a sense of authenticity that resonated with listeners navigating love and hardship. However, her personal life has also included moments of profound tragedy. In 2000, her then-boyfriend Jarvis Weems died by suicide, an event that deeply affected her and shaped her outlook on life and music. Her relationships have often drawn public attention. She was romantically linked to rapper C. Murder, whose legal troubles added complexity to their story. Later, her marriage to former NBA player Shannon Brown became a focal point of media coverage, particularly when rumors of infidelity surfaced prior to their eventual divorce in 2019. Through it all, Monica has remained relatively composed publicly, choosing to address personal matters with restraint rather than spectacle. Despite these challenges, she has continued to evolve artistically, releasing albums that reflect growth and maturity. Her longevity in the industry is a reflection of both talent and adaptability, maintaining relevance across changing musical landscapes. Monica's story is one of endurance, an artist who has faced personal loss, public scrutiny, and industry shifts, yet continues to stand firm. Her music remains grounded in truth, making her one of the most relatable and enduring voices in R&B. Brandy, often referred to as the vocal Bible, is an artist whose influence on R&B extends far beyond chart success. Born in 1979 in Macomb, Mississippi, and raised in California, she rose to fame in the mid-1990s with her self-titled debut album, which sold over 6 million copies worldwide. Her smooth tone, intricate vocal layering, and precise control introduced a new level of sophistication to R&B vocal performance. Her career reached new heights with Never Say Never, 1998, featuring hits like The Boy Is Mine and Have You Ever. The album solidified her as one of the leading voices of her generation. Beyond music, Brandy expanded into acting, starring in the television series Moesha and becoming the first Black actress to portray Cinderella in a major television production, a role that left a lasting cultural impact. However, her personal life has also been a subject of public discussion. In the early 2000s, Brandy publicly presented her relationship with Robert Smith as a marriage, only for it to later be revealed that they were not legally wed. This revelation sparked controversy and raised questions about image and narrative within the entertainment industry. Brandy later addressed the situation, acknowledging the pressures that influenced that decision. In 2006, she was involved in a fatal car accident in Los Angeles, an incident that resulted in legal disputes and significantly affected her emotionally and professionally. While she was not criminally charged, the event became a major turning point in her life. Despite these challenges, Brandy has continued to evolve as an artist. Her later work showcases vocal growth and a deeper sense of introspection, earning respect from both fans and peers. Brandy's legacy is one of innovation and perseverance. She redefined vocal arrangement in R&B while navigating the complexities of fame, proving that artistry can endure even through life's most difficult moments. Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole built her identity in R&B on raw honesty, turning personal pain into music that resonated deeply with listeners navigating love and heartbreak. Born in 1981 in Oakland, California, her early life was shaped by instability, including time in foster care, experiences that later became central to her artistic voice. When she released her debut album, The Way It Is, 2005, it wasn't just an introduction, it was a statement. Songs like Love and I Should Have Cheated connected with audiences through vulnerability, helping the album achieve platinum success. What separated Keyshia Cole from many of her peers was emotional transparency. Her voice, gritty, passionate, and imperfect in a human way, carried stories that felt lived rather than performed. Her reality show further blurred the line between artist and individual, allowing fans to witness her personal struggles in real time. This visibility strengthened her connection with audiences, but also invited scrutiny. Her relationships often became public narratives. Her marriage to former NBA player Daniel "Boobie" Gibson eventually ended amid reports of infidelity, a situation she later addressed openly. Her subsequent relationship with Nico Cale also unfolded publicly, including disagreements shared across social media. These moments contributed to a perception of volatility, yet they also reinforced the authenticity that defines her music. Despite the challenges, Keyshia Cole maintained relevance through consistency and emotional truth. Albums like Just Like You earned Grammy nominations, while her catalog continues to resonate with fans who see their own experiences reflected in her lyrics. Keyshia Cole's journey is not polished, it is real. She represents an era where vulnerability became strength, proving that imperfection can create the deepest connection between artist and audience. SZA. SZA represents a new evolution of R&B, one that blends vulnerability, alternative soundscapes, and deeply introspective storytelling. Born Solana Imani Rowe in 1989 in St. Louis, Missouri, and raised in New Jersey, she entered the music scene with a style that felt unfiltered and emotionally complex. Her breakthrough came with the album Control 2017, a critically acclaimed project that earned multiple Grammy nominations and resonated with a generation navigating identity, relationships, and self-worth. What makes SZA stand out is her willingness to embrace imperfection. Her music often explores uncertainty, insecurity, and emotional contradictions, qualities that feel strikingly authentic in a genre historically centered on polished narratives. Songs like The Weeknd and Love Galore reflect modern relationship dynamics, where boundaries are blurred and emotions are layered. Her personal life, while less publicly dramatic than some of her predecessors, has still sparked conversation. She has referenced past relationships in her music and interviews, including a briefly discussed connection with Drake that was later clarified publicly. Much of the intrigue around her personal experiences comes not from confirmed controversies, but from the ambiguity she intentionally leaves within her storytelling. SZA's second major album, SOS 2022, further solidified her position as one of the most influential voices in contemporary R&B. The project broke streaming records and showcased her growth, blending genres while maintaining emotional depth. Unlike many artists before her, SZA does not rely on spectacle or constant public exposure. Instead, she allows her music to carry the narrative, creating space for listeners to interpret and connect on their own terms. SZA's impact lies in her honesty. She reflects a generation unafraid to question itself, proving that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a powerful form of expression in modern music. Jhené Aiko. Jhené Aiko's artistry is built on subtlety, introspection, and emotional honesty, making her one of the most distinctive voices in contemporary R&B. Born in 1988 in Los Angeles, California, she began her career quietly, initially associated with the B2K era before stepping away to focus on personal growth. When she re-emerged in the early 2010s, it was with a sound that felt entirely her own, minimalist, atmospheric, and deeply reflective. Her breakthrough project, Sail Out 2013, introduced a new kind of R&B storytelling, one that prioritized mood and vulnerability over traditional structure. This approach was further refined in albums like Sold Out 2014 and Trip 2017, where she explored themes of love, loss, spirituality, and self-discovery. Her voice, soft, airy, and almost meditative, became a vehicle for introspection, inviting listeners into her inner world rather than overwhelming them with vocal power. Jhené's personal life has often intersected with her music. Her marriage to producer DeGenius ended during a period when her close creative partnership with Big Sean began, leading to public speculation about overlapping timelines. While details were widely discussed, Aiko largely refrained from engaging in public conflict, instead channeling emotions into her work. Her collaborative album 2088 with Big Sean reflected this dynamic, blending romance and complexity into a cohesive artistic narrative. Despite media attention, Jhené Aiko has maintained a calm, almost detached public presence. She rarely feeds into controversy, choosing instead to focus on healing, spirituality, and artistic expression. Her openness about grief, particularly the loss of her brother, added profound depth to her music, transforming personal pain into universal connection. Jhené Aiko's legacy is rooted in emotional clarity. She represents a quieter form of influence, one that doesn't rely on dominance, but on depth. In a fast-paced industry, her ability to slow things down and create space for reflection is what truly sets her apart. Kehlani. Kehlani emerged as one of the most emotionally transparent voices of her generation, blending R&B with elements of pop, hip-hop, and alternative sound. Born in 1995 in Oakland, California, her early life was shaped by hardship, including time in foster care and the loss of parental stability. These experiences became the foundation of her artistry, giving her music a sense of honesty that resonates strongly with listeners. Her rise began with the mixtape Cloud 19, 2014, followed by You Should Be Here, 2015, which earned a Grammy nomination and positioned her as a major new voice in R&B. Albums like Sweet Sexy Savage 2017 and It Was Good Until It Wasn't 2020 further established her ability to translate personal experiences into compelling narratives. Kehlani's music often explores the complexities of modern relationships, love, betrayal, identity, and growth. Her willingness to speak openly about her sexuality, mental health, and emotional struggles has made her particularly relatable to younger audiences. However, this openness has also brought intense public scrutiny. One of the most widely discussed moments in her career came early on, when rumors of infidelity involving NBA player Kyrie Irving and artist Party Next Door spread across social media. The situation escalated rapidly, leading to significant online backlash and a deeply personal response from Kehlani, who later spoke about the emotional toll of that period. While much of the narrative was shaped by speculation, it highlighted the pressures of navigating fame in the digital age. In the years since, Kehlani has focused on growth, both personally and artistically. Her later work reflects a more grounded perspective, emphasizing healing and self-awareness. Kehlani's impact lies in her transparency. She represents a generation that values truth over perfection, proving that vulnerability, when expressed honestly, can be one of the most powerful tools an artist possesses. Summer Walker. Summer Walker has become one of the most defining voices of modern R&B, representing a generation that values emotional honesty over perfection. Born in 1996 in Atlanta, Georgia, she entered the music scene with a sound that felt intimate, almost confessional. Her debut album, Over It, 2019, was a breakthrough moment, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and setting streaming records for a female R&B artist at the time. Songs like Girls Need Love and Playing Games captured the complexities of modern relationships, resonating deeply with listeners navigating love in the digital age. What sets Summer Walker apart is her raw vulnerability. Her voice, soft, slightly unpolished yet deeply expressive, creates a sense of closeness, as if she's speaking directly to the listener. Rather than relying on vocal power, she leans into emotion, allowing imperfections to become part of her identity. This approach has helped redefine contemporary R&B, shifting the focus from technical precision to emotional relatability. However, her career has also been shaped by her relationship with fame. Walker has been open about her struggles with social anxiety, which has affected her ability to perform live. Early in her career, she faced criticism for limited stage presence and canceled shows, sparking debate among fans. Instead of conforming to expectations, she addressed these challenges directly, choosing to prioritize her mental health while continuing to create music. Her personal relationships have also played out publicly, particularly her connection with producer London on the track. Their highly visible ups and downs, including public disagreements on social media, became part of her narrative, often reflected in her lyrics. Her second album, Still Over It, 2021, expanded on these themes, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and breaking multiple streaming records. Summer Walker's story is one of contrast, success paired with vulnerability, visibility alongside discomfort. She represents a shift in the industry where authenticity is valued more than perfection. Through it all, her music remains her strongest voice, capturing emotions that many feel but few articulate so honestly. After hearing these stories, one question remains: can we truly separate the art from the artist? Some believe the music should stand on its own, untouched by personal choices, while others argue that knowing the truth changes everything. These artists gave us timeless songs, but their real lives add layers that are impossible to ignore. So where do you stand? Does controversy deepen the meaning, or does it take something away? Let's turn this into a real conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments and share your perspective. Don't forget to subscribe to Memory Lane Black People for more deep dives into the lives behind the legends.